1,
2,
3,
4.
Monster movie.
Fun time, go! Monster movie.
Fun time, go. Monster.
Movie.
Fun time.
Go!
Monster movie. Fun time, go.
With Precious D and Honey Bee.
Fun time, go!
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, friends and neighbors, we are here at G-Fest with Mr. TJ Storm. He is the motion capture artist, actor, performer. What term is proper?
Motion capture is the technology. Performance capture is the art that actors bring to it. So I'm a performance capture artist
And he does
actor.
that for Godzilla. We are talking to Godzilla, ladies and gentlemen.
Hello.
This is our first G-Fest, and we understand it's your first G-Fest as well.
It is. G-Fest is an amazing community of people who absolutely love the kaiju genre, and especially Godzilla. It is amazing.
Yeah, we're having a great time, and it looks like you're having a great time too. We've
It
been
is so
watching you
cool.
with all the fans, and it seems like a couple times you've been fanboying out yourself.
I am a fan. I'm a fan of this stuff. Otherwise, it wouldn't be as fun. But
Yeah.
if you love the stuff, it makes it even more exciting to be a part of.
I just want to say too, I've watched you over the weekend, and I love how you give every single fan the attention as an individual and as a person. It's so great and it's so genuine, and we've been able to see that just from a distance. So we really appreciate you and your energy and your genuine connection with everybody. It's awesome.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Last night you were given an award by the convention, the Mangled Skyscraper Award. Tell us, how did that feel?
It's an honor. I mean, I believe the first one went to Haruo Nakajima. So to be in that company is spectacular, and I am deeply, deeply honored. It's awesome.
Yeah, we could tell. It seemed like a very emotional moment for you. And it was really cool, folks. You didn't see it. I don't know if we got any pictures of it, but
I did get it on video.
okay, it looks like a trophy, but it's a mangled skyscraper, and they're using a new design this year. So TJ was the first one.
Oh,
Yes, Paul at Dojo Studios constructed that one. So your background is in dance and martial arts and physical stuff, and that's how that led to you getting this sort of motion capture work?
I started as a dancer because I was a super nerd and was definitely not cool. So I wanted to be cool. I learned how to pop and lock and breakdance.
Oh,
and then
okay.
I got a record contract. And then I got screwed out of a record contract. Then I jumped into acting, and I did a whole bunch of kickboxing movies. Then I went to acting school. And then around that time, I started doing the first performance capture stuff with the earliest versions of motion capture. And I still bounce between all of them, between live action acting and performance capture and voicing things.
What was the first motion capture you did?
I think the first motion capture project that I worked on was called... There was something before it, but it wasn't a project that anybody knows of. But the first one that people have heard of was, I think it was called Quake Arena.
Okay, I'm not familiar with that one, but
It's an old video game.
Oh,
Quake,
okay.
Quake.
Okay.
And that version was
see.
called Quake Arena.
I see. I have heard of Quake, the video game. Yes. So when you're playing Godzilla, how do you go about capturing that essence of Godzilla?
It was in the creation of the character that I found his spirit, and we had to build it because
Right.
this was a new version that hadn't existed in its current form.
Yeah.
So I went back to Haruo Nakajima-san's original work, and I looked at that, and then we were doing it in performance capture suits as opposed to the 230-pound suit that Haruo Nakajima had to
Yeah,
wear
sure.
and the others had to wear. So I was free of that. So I tried to keep the spirit of the creature while giving him the freedom of movement of something that has lived for as long as it has lived and could be as ferocious and free as it is.
Right. Because like when Andy Serkis is doing King Kong, he can just go look at a bunch of gorillas in the zoo and study them, but you can't just go look at Godzilla.
Yeah, we had
You
to
gotta-
piece it together
you
between
gotta
what
study
Warner
things.
Brothers and Legendary wanted and the production team wanted and the creative team wanted, and the pieces that I put together from live animals to give it a realistic sense and still give it a personality that made sense.
Right. Well, I mean, I think you did a good job, and I guess they did too, because they keep asking you to come back and do it.
Absolutely. It's really, really fun, and it's a huge honor to be and like I said, that company of absolutely amazing performers that have brought this national treasure, Japanese national treasure, to life.
Yeah, it's great. Is there anything you can tell us about that you're at liberty to tell us about that you're working on? I realize all work is a little stalled right now.
Sure, but well, in our industry, most of the things that we get to work on are super top secret.
Right.
They're buried under NDAs to the point that sometimes I won't even know what the thing is before I walk into the studio, and they're like,
Right.
"Hey, you're Superman," or whatever it is. And I'm like, "Whoa!"
I've heard some interviews recently where someone, like, after the interview, the agent was like, "Oh, by the way, that was for Star Trek," and they were like,
Yeah, you're like, "Oh, come on! I could have done differently."
"I was auditioning for Kirk. What?"
Yes. So I wish I could talk about all the cool stuff that's coming. There's so much awesome things.
Well, we know there's a lot of MonsterVerse stuff coming. A cartoon just came out. There's a TV series coming out, and some more movies, I assume. So we'll just assume that you're going to be involved in some of that.
Fingers crossed. Yay!
But I guess you're on strike right now.
Yes, the Screen Actors Guild is on strike alongside our sister union, the Writers Guild, for lots of excellent reasons. So we're going to continue striking until we find a more equal footing.
Yeah. One of my sisters is in the guild, and she's on strike. So we absolutely support that. You guys stay out as long as you need to.
Thank you.
And I'm not in the Writers Guild, but I do a little writing myself, and I sympathize with the writers. And we're kind of a liberal family. We have a union mindset. We understand. So although we're all sad to miss out on our favorite TV shows and movies, have to wait a little while.
Sure.
It's not going to kill us.
Sure.
But it's the difference between you guys earning a proper living and getting a fair share of what the just huge piles of money that they make from this stuff, and not getting a fair share of that.
Absolutely. They make it seem like all actors are rich. Literally only 2 or 3% probably make 80% of the money, and the rest of them, they're really working people. They have to go to work every week. They have to hustle for work every week. And even the people who are doing background work, they call them extras sometimes, but people who are doing that, what part of this fight is about is the production companies would like to digitize an extra's face and then use it forever without ever paying that extra again. They want to pay them one single day's work, which is maybe $160, $180, and then use their face forever the way they want. And that's not quite right. So that's just one of the things that we're fighting against, to make sure that the people who are artists continue to be able to make a living like everybody else wants to make a living.
Yeah. And you know what? Even the rich actors, they're the ones we're paying to see. No one's coming in to see the CEO. Nobody cares who the head of the company is, but they're taking the biggest chunk of the money, and we don't care for that.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
TJ, thank you so much.
Thank you so
we know you've had a long day.
A long weekend.
Yeah.
No, it's been amazing. And the people here have given me energy to blast through this. It's been absolutely wonderful. So thank you.
Thank you for joining us.
Also, Jessica told me that I had to show you my tattoo, and I
Oh,
did
yes.
show it to you.
Yes.
Show me. What? That is amazing. I'm looking at the most epic, legendary Godzilla tattoo on her leg. That is awesome.
Folks, we have some pictures on our Instagram of Honey Bee's
That is awesome.
tattoo.
So
That is
go in
spectacular.
direction. Shout out Paolo. Thank you.
It's awesome.
Thank you for joining us today,
Thank you.
TJ Storm.
Thank you.
You've been listening to Monster Movie Fun Time Go. If you enjoyed the show, please rate and review us on your podcasting platform of choice. Our theme song is by the Texacato Folk Rock Punk featuring Lita Lopez. You can support the show, find links to our social media, and even leave us a voice message at anchor.fm/MMFTG.